Hello, welcome to this video. Thank you so much for tuning in, sharing in this now moment with myself and with one another. If you haven't seen these videos before, welcome back. If you have, my intention is unity and oneness. I want to go into a little flow with the higher guidance team and kind of share what they have, what they have to share with us. So I'm just gonna drop into my heart, drop into my body, expand my consciousness out into the field that we all have access to, and we'll go from there. Okay. Taking a deep breath in, dropping in to your own heart space, dropping into your own body, moving with your breath, feeling the breath move through you is key right now, for there is much movement that is happening all around us. The stagnation that some may feel is false. It is a calcification, if you will. It is a temporary stagnation in some cases, and nothing is ever stagnant, although it may feel as if certain things are not changing, or if the world is not changing, or if the things that we would like to see um, aren't making an impact as of yet. But we would venture to say, as your planetary companions, as your future versions of you, as a collective of frequencies that are connected and imbued within this color schematic that is the reality that each of you are merged with, so to speak. And we are playing with this because we are merging in this and converging in this frequency of massive upheaval and quantum recalibrations, one might say. When we say we are a collective of frequencies and energies that you could think of as plasmatic currencies. And what is inside of your body is of that same energetic wave, if you will, and we are part of that. We are not separate from you. The realities that you can or cannot see are not separate from you. It is an interwoven tapestry, if you will, of divine configuration. And yet we have put things into compartmentalization to enable to hone in on a particular movie screen, a particular pattern, a particular representation of reality and how we would like to interact within that reality. And yet that particular screen or that particular harmonic or that particular way of viewing reality is changing. And simultaneously, our bodies are changing. And simultaneously, the way in which we interact within and through the body of connectivity that is the plasmatic frequency, or we can say the aquiline frequencies that you are all flowing through. I'm being shown water, and I'm being shown how do I say this? It's, well, plasma. If you think ether, right? We like to share this perspective because many people think that the to stay objective and to keep our head above water and to focus on the end result and to stay in line, if you will, with what we have been taught is the way to go. And yet we are sharing with you that is getting the heave ho. We are, and I'm hearing hi ho, it's off to work we go. We are inviting you to use your imagination and get out of conformity. For the reality that once conformed to a particular dictation or set of rules is no longer. It is no longer following the same set of rules, yet we are all, from one perspective, the humans, are following the collective template as if the reality is still templated into the old structure, and it is not. So this is why at certain times you may feel out of sorts. You may feel as if there is a lag time, or you may feel as if things are happening much faster than they used to. And all of that would be correct. For we are going back in and we are collecting, if you will, that which we need to take with us, that we need to recalibrate, that we need to understand, that we need to heal, that we need to digest. And we are also leaving behind that which no longer computes, that which no longer adds up to our new computational set of skills. So I'm being shown like, all right, you've got an old cell phone, you're getting rid of it, you've got the new one, and we're learning how to use it. But that's just a very easy description of what they're sharing with me. It can make things feel challenging because we are still following the old sequences, the old habits, the old patterns. I'm hearing the old ball and chain is still keeping us connected. By the way, this isn't related to a spouse. I know that people call their spouses ball and chain, but they're just saying reality. The 3D principalities, if you will, that we have all been ingrained into or indoctrined into, or that which has been ingrained in us since birth, is now no longer giving us that sense of self-worth that we used to have, or we see ourselves as more than that, or we are also on a different track. And it's difficult to express this in a linear way because so much is coming in. So the new chapter that we are beginning is attached to the old book from one perspective. Yet we are defragging, and we are taking those fragments and those pieces and we are reassembling them, one might say, into this new reality. Yet the construct isn't as linear as we are sharing. It is happening instantaneously, but it feels as if we are operating within a density or a spectrum or a particular way of dealing with time. And because we are connected, let us call time the ball and chain, because we are connected with that particular memory of how we operate within time, that is what is holding us back from one perspective. Yet it is also keeping us on track from another perspective, because we must operate within a linearization in order to live the way we chose to live in this particular organization of dimensional existence here on Earth. And so we have to operate within a particular set of configurations that are held in place by, I keep hearing thermodynamic equilibrium. And this allows us to perceive our reality and not float off, if you will, into a different place in space. It allows us to stay ground into our body, or to stay grounded in this, again, perspective or center of gravity. So there's a lot here to unpack, and we do not have as much time as we will allude to in other videos or other presentations of how this works. But for keeping it simple, we just invite you to notice how things are working for you right now. We invite you to notice what makes you feel a higher sense of self-worth and value. What is it that you value the most right now? And we invite you to fine tune that and to tune into that more than that which is pulling you out of a sense of self-worth, a sense of appreciation, and a sense of biggerness, if you will. We play with this because many people have downplayed themselves. They have downplayed what they are capable of, or they have been pressed down into a particular pattern that society has molded them into. And we would not blame this on society per se, because you are part of that collective that has accepted the directive of the stature, of the status quo, if you will, that has molded you or that you have allowed yourself to grow into. We invite you to see beyond the old pattern, the old mold. I'm seeing cookie cutter, right? Or Jello mold that you have felt comfortable. The pictures I'm seeing right now, they're basically showing me like, get out of the comfort zone. It's going to be uncomfortable for a while, because what we're used to is not what things are, where we're headed. And it's about us feeling like, wow, that makes me feel really good. That makes me feel expansive. That lightens, that keeps me feeling lifted. But they're also saying, but you got to stay in the body in order to have the human experience, the physical experience. You got to stay in the body in order to tune into those feelings, in order to assimilate what you're experiencing, in order to change the direction to something that you want to experience. And what I'm being shown is that a lot of people are really focusing on television. They're really focusing on stories. They're really focusing on the stories that are being projected instead of what's going on, the story that's being told inside the body. And this is leading to a disconnect, right? And I've talked about this a lot in previous videos. So we invite you to unplug from the old ball and chain, but not let it go entirely. Recognize that through this chain of events that are happening in a divine orchestration that are happening on your planet right now, a new ball will get rolling. And we could play with this in so many different word plays. For we are the ball and chain. We are the bodies that are here on earth that we are essentially moving around in. So we invite you to move around, jump around, jump around. We invite you to feel that things are moving around you. And in some cases, we invite you to sit still in order to feel the movement. It isn't about hyperactivity right now. It isn't about forcing yourself into something that you don't want to do to get out of your comfort zone. We're inviting you to move intuitively, to get into the groove. We are inviting you to feel the potentiality that you hold inside of you. We are inviting you to find, remember, look for, and align with that which makes you feel good, because there is a lot going on that might not necessarily make you feel good, because the old structure is I'm being shown sharp pieces of glass, like it's poking, it's popping our bubble about reality. It's on and on and on and on. So it's like, just start to get really comfortable here so that you can deal with the discomfort that might be experienced out there, because it's all connected. It isn't about disassociation. It is not about us getting out of our bodies, although in some ways meditation is very helpful. But whatever you do, even if it's astral projection or OBEs or out of body experiences or journeying, we invite you to bring it back home. Home is your template that you are here to co-create on, at, with, and through. You are the directors, and you are the ones being called to edit your. I'm hearing the editorial director debut, and I'm also seeing like the director's cut. You are the ones that are choosing what it is you want to construct into this new uh, convergence of existence. And so while you are watching the melodrama play out around you, we would invite you to find your mellow yellow. We would invite you, okay, this is a play on words. I'm seeing solar plexus, the sunshine, and not be pulled out of that. Emotionally, I'm just being called not to be emotionally scattered. If we can continually to come back into feeling aligned with our, gosh, I'm just seeing so much. Like, I'll have to go into a series of videos on this, but what they're showing me is the molecular charge that's being brought up in the human right now. It's going to, we have to ground. It's got something to do with Kundalini. A lot of activations are happening in our brain. So unless we're paying attention to that, we're going to burn out. I'm hearing burn the candle at both ends. We're going to feel burnt. We're going to feel emotionally drained. We might feel as if we are chained to a particular force that is outside of our control. And in some ways, that is the perspective we are choosing to hold. Yet we can let go of that perspective and not hold on to the old. And we can allow that to dissimulate, dissipate, and reintegrate as a I'm being shown like when you break down not only patterns but like food. So we can say, all right, I just learned a lot from that and I'm done. And so I don't need to have to keep going back in and back in and back in. So it's learning when to let things go. It's learning when to recognize what was an old pattern that no longer serves you. It's learning to listen to what people are saying and better yet, understanding the pain behind the words. And I'm hearing a lot, we're playing with that. I'm going back to the channeling that I did before, like a window pane, to see, okay, this is coming from a completely different perspective than what I hold. They're seeing from a different view. Can we honor that? I'm seeing pain as in a lot of people are suffering right now because they're not grounded. And by the way, that's something that we all go through from time to time. It's not wrong, but we don't have to suffer all of the time. It just might be a stage that we're at in our lives where we're experiencing a lot of pain, a lot of loss, grief, fear. So while that is heightened right now, we have to balance that out by increasing our endorphins, serotonin, uh, playfulness, imagination, patience. I'm hearing mellow yellow again. The energetic lineup that eventually will feel more stable is currently racking up. I'm seeing like a billiards game for a long hit. Ooh, let me just kind of see let me play with and see what I'm seeing here. Usually I pause. Sorry, guys. So what I'm being shown is we're about ready to get hit with something. This is not meant to create fear. This could be a lot for different people, but it's an energetic boom. BOOM. So this will take time for some people to integrate. Don't have any expectations on what this is. It's going to look different for everyone, but I'm hearing it's a collective boom. It's going to impact us collectively. And so those of us with eyes to see will see through it and we'll see the light at the end of the tunnel. Although there may be some temporary blindness, is what I'm hearing. Blinded by the light. We might feel as if our world is just deviated, taken a turn for the worst, but it isn't what we think it is. So they're saying, my higher self, my guides are like, look at this full spectrum. See that there's many facets to the diamond, right? There's many facets, and we really are being called to hone in on our feelings, appreciate one another, hone in on what really makes us feel good. Our grandbabies, our children, our siblings, our friends, going to the park, cooking, spending time together. Uh, yeah. And by the way, this isn't like, I don't know what it is. Honestly, I haven't tuned into exactly what it is that I'm seeing. I feel like what they keep saying is it's a chain of events. So it could be one thing that sets off a chain of events. So therefore it affects everybody in some way. And so this chain of events is is meant to create a disorder so that we can see the ripples, we can see the cracks, and we can see through it and go, oh, so it's like a facade, like that was like this, and then it opens and you can see in between it and go, wait a minute, what's behind there? Wait a minute, I see something else. So they're just calling us to see more than what we're being shown, because there is a lot more down the road that is going to light us up. So it's like having that realization is going to help get us through any difficulties that might be presenting themselves in the next, give or take, is what I'm hearing, give or take a 2-year time span. But I say this, I'm not one to usually share predictions, you guys, but I've been getting this and I've been writing it down and I've been recording about it. I've also heard other channelers that have been saying kind of the same thing. So it's like validation a little bit. This isn't meant to be seen from a negative. Like, again, it's all about perspective. It's not going to impact everyone the same way, whatever this is. But it will create a ripple effect that we can feel. So before it knocks us off, I was being shown a sailboat with the boom on the sailboat. I think that's what it's called. Like, you need the boom in order to sail. But if you're not careful, it can knock you off. You got to keep your head on a swivel. You got to feel the rock of the boat. You got to be ready to move. Again, that's the, float like a butterfly. When it's float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, that's a play on words. A butterfly is transformation. It's being light, it's movement, it's flow. It's not a lot, it's out of the caterpillar stage. And then the bee has more to do with pollinating the flowers. It has more to do with community. It has more to do with the shape of the bee, the honeycomb. It has to do with, again, community, I'm hearing. Also has to do with one of my spirit guides, Artemis. It has to do with sound, 852 hertz. Maybe listening to that right now, or 432 hertz. I've heard that from other channelers as well. I've been doing that intuitively. It's drowning out the noise so that we can realign with what we need to realign with and not worry about what everybody else is choosing to align with. If we start to focus on ourselves a little bit and work from that space, it's going to happen the counter to whatever is unfolding in the next couple of, I said 2 years, but let's just say a couple of weeks to give it perspective. It'll counter it a lot faster. It'll stabilize the frequencies faster, and we'll be able to sail that boat without getting knocked off the vessel. So there is a lot going on, you guys. It's a recalibration period, I guess. I'll tune in more, but I'm hearing, don't worry, be happy kind of thing. And be happy, like, yeah, really get into the heart. And what we're going to start seeing is things will start unfolding for us, by the way, beautifully. Beautifully. On an individual basis. We may not see it on the collective. So pay attention to what's going on in your own life, in your own reality, and see how quickly things might shift. And you're going to see maybe chaos going on out there, and you might have a little bit in your own bubble, but it may not be as big for you. And that's on purpose so that you can help to, stabilize these frequencies. I'll be a follow-up on this one. So in love and light, guys, namaste. Stay in the heart, but the whole body, not just the heart, right? Allow yourself to feel I'm just seeing this birthing on the earth. Like, again, earth boom. The earth is recalibrating too. So tune into Mother Nature. I'm hearing Mother Nature and nurture thyself. That's the key right now. So in love and light, guys, get out of fear, right? Uh, as much as possible. About the future. That's really what it's about. Staying out of fear about the future. So I'm hearing your future's so bright, you got to wear shades. Ooh, guess there's a lot going on. So I'm excited. Yeah, get a little bit of that nervous energy. Like, I wonder what it is. But again, if we're focusing on what's making us happy, whatever it is that comes up or whatever the chain of events that happen, we're going to be like, okay, I got this. Rather than, I wonder what it is. I got to figure it out. Is it going to impact this? Is it going to impact that? What they're saying is start creating a reality so that it doesn't impact it, or so that you have the ability to counter very quickly whatever is impacted. Yeah. So namaste, guys.